10 terrifying animals you're glad are extinct. If you fear snakes and scorpions, then you will be surely happy you didn't live among the people in the generations that lived about millions of years ago. People say how they miss the good old days, but I highly doubt that those who actually lived 200 to 300 million years ago would say that. From not having Wi-Fi, to fearing some of the most terrifying creatures that have ever walked this planet, boys, were those folks in trouble. And to give you the perfect taste of those times and how lucky you should see yourself as, here are the 10 terrifying animals you're glad are extinct. Number 1. The kaprosuchus. Waking up to the very appearance of this beast would make you run away even if you had it as a pet. It was like a crocodile, except that it had more fearsome features. Believed to have had its origin from the Tyrannosaurus rex and crocodile, this beast grew as tall as 3 meters. Although it possessed the husks like those of a boar. Its legs were also so huge that more than just getting in you water, it would also chase on you on dry ground. Its snout was strong enough to push you down where it would get the chance to rip you up with the 3 massive jaws it had. We were lucky enough to have lost it about 66 million years ago. Number 2. Andrewsarchus. This is believed to have been a crossbreed between a velociraptor and a bear. It must have been the biggest mammal to ever created, if its jaws are anything to go by. The jaws which were studied revealed that it would tear its prey to pieces within a single bite, as they are wide and very strong. The remains of this animal were discovered along the coastal area of China, a place once called Inner Mongolia and the Great China. Although it shows that it could have been in other areas while searching for seafood like fish, turtles, and other reptilian swimmers. Number 3. Carcharodon Megarodon. See the white sharks we call great these days. They would all be easily and justifiably called dwarfs compared to this creature. Megarodon was also a shark, but would grow to a height of up to 70 feet. It would eat smaller fish than itself, and was titled the greatest and most lethal carnivore to inhabit the waters. The funny yet fearful fact is that the size of just one tooth in its mouth is as long as a full-grown man standing. Now imagine how long it actually was. Number 4. Pulmonoscorpius. The name gives a good idea of what it really was, a giant scorpion. It went to about 0.7 meters long. Scientific research shows that it grew to that huge size because at the time it lived, which was the Carboniferous period, there was very high level of oxygen in the atmosphere. It also had small pincers which carried very poisonous venom that would cripple its prey in minutes before turning it to a meal. This animal was a carnivore by default, due to its size and the fact that it had many features of a scorpion. Number 5. The Megapiranha. Those ancient times seem to have magnified the body size of the most dangerous animals we feared. And this includes even the piranha. Teeth exactly as those in a typical piranha were found along the coast of South America, showing there once existed a piranha that was more than 10 times the size of the ones we have today. This was done by studying the teeth and trying to draw the size of the animal that had them. The teeth were serrated and sharp just as they are across all other smaller species. Though it is not certain whether it ate animals alone or herbs and weeds as well, since the area it was taken from had both. Number 6. The Cameroceras. This is another magnified animal. It looked like a squid and said to have had a unique tongue that had sharp teeth to chew out the body of its victims. Those who studied it say that the minimum body size of the Cameroceras could have been 6 meters, mark the word minimum. Its beak was very long and firm that would crash the hard shells and bodies of almost any prey. Its tentacles are believed to have been very huge as well. Although its eyes were not seen, and this gave the scientists the impression that it was blind or used other visual means to see. Number 7. The helicoprion. This one had a saw in its mouth. Although the exact place the saw was situated in its mouth has not been established. There was a circular power saw-like teeth that were found, which made the researchers come to the conclusion that the strange teeth had to be on the lower jaw. It is the most suitable when tested out. There is an argument that it must have been either a killer shark or just another huge fish. Its size went to about 35 feet. Number 8. The gigantopithecus. This was an ape with more than twice the size of a normal-sized ape. It grew to more than 9 meters and as much as a whole ton as far as weight is concerned. It existed in China, specifically in the rainforests, in the tropics. It mainly ate bamboo plant, which was the main reason for the bad nutritional heat found on it. In fact, this is seen as the primary cause for its death and extinction. Number 9. Titanoboa. This is a boa which is said to have gone to a height about 40 feet. Its main dish was crocodiles and carried a weight of almost a ton. It preferred staying in the warmest of waters and had quite a hunting strategy. Instead of the usual constriction and killing method that boas use, it would swim while hiding half of its body in water and then pounce on you unexpectedly. Number 10. The terror birds. These birds were so tall that horses were seen as tiny mammals to them, which made their easiest and sweetest meals. They had 300 pounds of weight and a height of up to 9 pounds. They never had wings, but one step on their prey would completely crash them. They had to use wise hunting strategies to get their daily food because of their big bodies, which could be spotted from afar. Thus they kept silent behind thick forests and then get into a sudden chase after their prey when it was close enough.